Together is one of the weirdest and funniest movies I have seen all year in 2025. Now, if you haven't heard of the movie Together, well, it's about this couple, Millie Wilson, played by Alison Brie, who y'all know from the show Community, and Tim, played by Dave Franco. Y'all already know he's James Franco's brother. If you don't know that, then you must have been stuck in a dungeon or something. I don't know. Millie finds a new teaching job at a suburban area, and both of them moved there. One day, Millie and Tim decide to take a hike in the woods, gets trapped in the cave, and after escaping the cave, experience the most haunting thing that they had to live with together. Now, I didn't know what to expect from the movie Together because the trailers didn't really show nothing. The one thing I did expect from the movie was that it would involve relationships and be somehow a comedy, because usually Dave Franco and Alison Brie don't be in that many serious roles that I've seen. Even though Together is definitely a horror movie, specifically a body horror, so far I had the loudest laughs I had all year watching this movie. What I will say about Together that surprised me the most was that they explored commitments in a relationship. Without spoiling the movie, Millie really wants to be in a committed relationship with Tim, and Tim feels conflicted if he wants to be that committed, especially since he wants to be a musician. Throughout the movie, after Tim and Millie move from the city, you can feel the tension between the two, that the vibe just doesn't seem right even before going into the cave. Millie is the one that's bringing money to their house from teaching, while Tim is just picking up gigs time to time to still pursue being a musician. Together surprisingly asks the audience, is it okay to stay with someone that they don't fully love, or to separate from someone just to regret it? Is it really worth it, going to the trials and tribulations just to be with someone for the rest of your life? Are you okay with your partner making more money than you, or just stay around the house just to be there? Those are the type of questions Together asks throughout the movie for a horror movie that involves body horror. Together had many standout moments in the movie, and I'm going to try to tell them without spoiling anything. Alison Brie was great as Millie, playing this character that wants to be in a relationship and is a little naive about what Tim wants in a relationship as well. Dave Franco as Tim was also really good, playing this failed musician that can't be sure about being in a relationship yet, still trying to do the music stuff even if it's not working out as he wanted to. I really like the lore Together builds throughout the movie, and you don't notice it until everything is revealed. Now, if you want to know the biggest highlights for the movie, is 100% the ending. However you feel about the movie is heavily dependent on how you feel about the ending, because it could be satisfying or you could think it's the worst movie of the year. Personally, I think the ending of Together nailed it for me, because the movie was building to this moment with the tone and the rules that were given. Again, I just think Together completely nails what it was trying to do, especially with their ending. The horror parts of Together, I think they completely nail as well throughout the movie. Now, let me just say, I expected a little bit more horror than they were giving us in the movie, but the horror stuff we did get from Together was some of the most disgusting things I've seen all year. Let's just say, as soon as Millie and Tim move into their home, you'll see some things from drawings, animals, and even people that you'll never thought could be put together like that, and it will make you turn your head away. Overall, Together is definitely a body horror movie, but I could say, to me, this is a dark comedy. Yes, it has serious moments on relationships and how it can shape everybody, but the movie itself had a lot of funny moments. Alison Brie and Dave Franco has great chemistry as a couple in the movie, and the body horror, when it does happen in the movie, did live up to the hype. So if you love horror and also like dark comedies, then I would definitely check out the movie Together in theaters. So, alright y'all, peace.